Graduate school comes in two flavors, and I'm taking the second flavor after doing the first a while back. I'm just going to do a video straight up saying what I'm going through, and this ain't a complaint or anything, just to let you guys know what it means to do an online degree. See, I actually got a PhD in the traditional brick and mortar. It was literally a brick and mortar building. Did my research, did some student teaching, and got a PhD from Cornell in plant biology or some such. And I'm going back to grad school now. Have been for a little over a year at GCU. This my little note card comes from it. They're not sponsoring me. I got nothing against them. It's a good school. I'm going to go get my master's in secondary ed. So what does that mean? You're going to see ads out there that are going to tell you, that you can be doing this on your couch with a cat crawling over you and your baby next to you for a relatively cheap amount of money in a very short amount of time. It's kind of true. I kind of want to just say what it has been for me. I enrolled late 2024. It was my goal, and I thought I'd probably be done 2 or 3 years. Yeah, probably will be. So what's the time? How much time do you have to put in? It shows people, for hours a day. Yeah, about an hour and a half per day, 6 days a week is what I have been doing. That's about 9 hours a week. That's reasonable. That is a reasonable amount of time for a graduate level course. In college, you're going to be told that for every credit, you need to do 2 or 3 hours of studying. I'm on the quicker picker upper kind of scale of intellect. So basically, I'm doing that. I have a 3-credit course, which means each week I have 3 hours of lecture, which is literally just me reading the book. And then for each one of those hours, I have 2 hours of, studying, which is me reading the book and also other sources and doing the homework. That's not a complaint. That's actually pretty much what I was thinking I'd be getting into. But imagine if your employer said, I need you to work an extra 9 hours each week. That's a bit of a time cost. I want to point out, too, that 9 hours per week is not like for a fall. You're going to be doing that for about 2 to 2.5 years. That's a normal time to get a master's. Again, I'm not saying anything negative. You just should know you're going to be doing that every week for about 2 to 2.5 years. They do let you take 60-day breaks. You can take 2 60-day breaks a year for things like vacations. You probably should stack those over the summer because you're also doing internship hours. It depends what program you're going into. Mine, the current class I have, great class, way beyond my intellectual capacity, so I'll be stretched. 15 hours of job shadowing and doing on-the-job training. It has been very good, a great blessing to be doing this while I am teaching, because my teaching hours can sometimes count as following someone, so job shadowing. So that can sometimes be counted. I check with the professors, always check with the professors. And yeah, its time commitment is substantial. You're going to be using some of your teaching time, some of your prep hours to do that. Assuming that you aren't going to go follow someone else at somewhere else. Cost, it's reasonable for grad school. So we're talking about $1,600 or more per class, and there are 11 classes, and then there's also a practicum. I have no idea how much that costs. I'm going to be doing that next fall. I am looking forward to that. The cost is substantial. So this is not something you're going to do on a teacher's salary generally. So I want to point out, it's reasonable for grad school. I worked my way through grad school by taking on TA jobs and my scholarships that I got from my research. You can't really get those in grad school. Some programs, not all programs. Last off, the difficulty level. You should expect the most difficult classes in your life. That kind of is the goal. I am out of my depth when it comes to assessment until I read all the books and stuff. It's been tough, and I have been working with people who are well smarter than me. If you haven't seen a lot of videos coming out of me because I'm doing these videos with other people for my classes. I actually have that as kind of one of the formats. It's very pleasant, great group work. I'm working with people way over my head intellectually, and they're doing just fine. I am getting a 4.0, thanks be to God for that, and it is costing me in time and hours. I want to point out again, not a complaint. I'm doing exactly what I thought I would be doing. Nothing against GCU. They are a pretty good institution, I gotta say. I'm definitely learning stuff, but I want to let you know, when you're looking at that video that shows a toddler crawling around and the dad smiling as he looks at his laptop, that's going to be about 1.5 hours per day. And if you do have young ones, you might want to make sure they're doing something other than crawling over your laptop. Anyway, just thought I'd get that out just to let you know. If you're thinking about an online education, think twice, think 3 times, consider the cost before you get involved.